Okay, I'm going to be showing you how to install a Winn Grip handle wrap over your rod handle. This is a EVA handle on a jig stick that I've been fishing for 4 or 5 years. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's pretty beat up with gouges and line burns and everything else. And what I'm going to be doing is putting a Winn Grip handle over it. It's a handle wrap that basically covers the existing handle and is actually really nice for it's got a good grip. It's when it gets wet, it doesn't slip in your hands. It adds a little more cushion. This is a bass rod. The handles were pretty beat up on this rod, so I put it as a split grip. This is the similar to the wrap that I'm going to put onto my other rod I'm going to show you here. But they also make a contour wrap which has a ridge in it that actually gives you a little bit better grip. So if you have a smaller rod handle or something like that, you can use their contour wrap and get a better grip on the handle. For small rods, especially like smaller bass rods, they make a smaller, it's a slim grip, and it's made to do split grips and bass rods, spinning rods, things like that. Something I won't be showing you in the video because I'm not going to build the rod. They also make grip components for rods, and they come pre-packaged like that. They have the same finish as the Winn Grip reel handles. They're really nice and they're very durable. This is a butt end and a foregrip for a spinning rod like this one here. I don't know if you can see it here, but this is a Winn Grip front and back grip. Been fishing this for a few months now. Really happy with the way it holds up. Okay, so when you're ready to apply the grip, all you basically need is what comes in the container and a pair of scissors. Included in the container is your actual grip and some tape that will hold the edges shut. There's 4 pieces of tape in each, so if you have a Hypalon handle, you can, with a reel seat, you can do one for the top, one for the bottom. Or if you have like a deckhand style handle, you can do one on the top and one on the bottom and just have extra. So, before you get started, you have to measure the starting point. So what I'll do is I'll put the grip with the lower end at the top of the handle, and then I will go around and measure the distance that the handle circumference needs to go around. So I try and do it at the angle that I'm going to have the grip tape at. So once I have that, I'll mark it with my fingernail, and I'll take my scissors. And what you want to do is you want to cut from the opposite edge to the spot where you marked diagonally. So you end up with a piece like this. Now this piece is going to go flat at the top, so you want to make sure it's straight. You can always trim it up a little bit better if you need to. So once you've done that, you take the backing up, paper backing off to an extent, and then what I'll do is I'll wrap the grip, keeping the top edge, this is the trimmed edge, is up, and I keep it flat around the whole thing, and I make sure to overlap evenly with the tape. So basically this has black edges. Each black edge overlaps the previous black edge. So once you get that first wrap around, that's the hardest one. Then you just go and follow your wrap around, making sure to keep the black covering the black as you go. As you go down the rod, it goes pretty quick and easy. I just pull the tape back. This has adhesive on it, but I wouldn't worry about it not being very adhesive because it kind of locks itself on there once you install it. Just the overwrapping of it keeps it on there. So I'm getting down to, oops, tore my tape. So you want to make sure and have the tape off as you go. Probably help if I had some fingernails, but I do not. There we go. Okay. So you want to make sure and tear that tape off underneath, or it's not going to stick at all. So now as you get down to the bottom, you want to keep wrapping until you're all the way at the end of the Hypalon handle. And then you're going to mark where it ends, where you want the handle to end. You're going to mark it again, like you did before. And this time you're going to cut diagonally in the other direction to the point where the handle meets. So it's kind of tough to do in front of the video here, but I'm going to give it my best shot. So basically, cutting diagonally here. And when in doubt, I would trim it a little bit bigger, because you can come back and clean it up. So in this case, I know I'll have to clean it up because I'm way too long. You can see how it's wrapping down onto the reel seat. I need to bring it back to about there. So I'm going to hold that. And, just keep cutting. If you cut in small amounts, you can go back and make corrections if you need to. So that's almost perfect. Let's see, trim this a little bit. It's overhanging. This may look difficult, but it's really not. Once you do it once, you'll get the hang of it. It's really easy. So now my handle is completely put on here. So I'm going to take the tape and finish it off. I always finish off the bottom first because the top is kind of locked in. This tape has a little tab which makes it easier to pull off. And it's on a non-pointy end is where the tab is. So what I'll do is start with the tape. And you want to tape in the direction, same direction you were wrapping, so that it'll hold it tight. So you just put the tape on the end of the wrap, pull it tight enough, and then just wrap it on around. And if you mess up, you can kind of go back a little bit. Had a little crooked there. And there you go around. And that is the back handle's done, or the back part of the handle. Now I'm going to do the same thing up front. This is a lot more forgiving because it's already tucked in there, but I don't trust that to hold without the tape in a heavy saltwater application. So I'm going to wrap that around, cover itself up with it. And with this colored tape, you want to be careful not to pull on it too hard, because if you do, it'll stretch and it'll change color and look weird. So there you go. You got a nice handle. If it's not 100% squished down everywhere, you just do it with your hand. It'll tighten up as you fish it. But now I got a new handle. It's got a very good grip, and even with wet hands, it's not slippery at all. And I'll be doing the back part of this rod later, but I just wanted to show you how to do that in the video. Actually pretty easy.